This is Football Daft with Stephen Purden,
midfield dynamo and average actor,
Chris Toll,
target man, suspicious character,
and
With the top end of Stevenson,
Hello and welcome to Football Daft, the Scottish Football Podcast. Hello. What are you saying hello for? Let me say my bit.
Sorry,
I am producer Ryan. I am not John. He is off gallivanting in Leeds this week for his Jubilee celebrations. Keep that one quiet. Let's introduce the team. A man fresh off his birthday holiday with big Jackamarcus and Rhodes. It's Stevie Purden. How you doing, Stevie?
I'm good, mate, but like you were saying, no fair. I'll full toe on it. Bumped into Jackie Marcus on the Pebble Beach. Big bit of boy, big handsome boy, but...
Did you actually bump into him?
Said that to Ryan, man, he's going to miss pre-season, mate. Got a bit messy, you know what I mean? I'd had a few of the batter on the field, man, then had a few words, had a bit of banter there about the fucking hanging through the press conference, and then I think he's going to pre-season, mate. I'm fucking fucking in there.
Where did you say you were? Rhodes? Where we're going.
we don't need bro.
That's a nice wee segue into the Great Scottish Cinema Club podcast, brought to you by Keezy and Chris. Right.
Well, thank God.
Just for the record, before you introduce Toll, for the record, I didn't punch fuck out of Jackie Marcus. I didn't even see Jackie Marcus. I was too busy sitting by the pool for 7 days, having fun.
It did look good though. It did look good, to be fair.
Class.
What a place. See if you've got Wayne's, Ryan. I know you've not got Wayne's, but that'll be next. So obviously you're getting married soon, then it'll be Wayne's after that. Toll, you've got the wee man, you've got Cian.
Aye.
What a place for kids, man. Let's go. And adults alike, for older kids.
Aye.
It's what a place, man. Holiday Village, Rhodes, check it out.
Aye, well, I went to Electric Thrill, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was it. I'm not telling you any more about it. I was just letting you know that that's where I went.
It's Chris Toll, man.
That's Chris. But do you know what? It's actually quite good that Chris has got himself involved here, because I've wrote on this, and now let's welcome another man, and then I've put nothing. So Chris, you've done your intro for me, mate. Welcome to the podcast, mate.
That hurts me, to be honest with you. I mean, I bet Grado's got an intro and he's not even here today.
Grado has not got an intro, mate. I think that's what's confused me. I've stopped halfway through because Grado's pulled it. So
it's the first time in a while he's pulled it.
He's no one for pulling it normally.
Anyway, I've put on Where's Grado, but it's his birthday today. We were expecting him here. We wanted a nice big birthday party with the two birthday boys this week.
I'm going to tell you something, Ryan. We need to tell him what he's missed. Now, Stevie, I'm aware that it was your birthday on Monday, but I didn't think you were going to be back. I thought you were away for a fortnight.
I've had 2 weeks off it, but that's how I was going to maybe pull the birthday card, but I thought I better come on. So I've had 2 weeks off, Seville and Rhodes.
So Ryan and I went to extensive trouble to try and sort this out for Grado's birthday. Right, because we thought he was coming on. He already told us last week, next week's my birthday. I'm going to be on for my birthday. And then he's pulled out. So Ryan's went like that to me. What can we do? What can we do for his birthday if he's going to be on his actual birthday? I says, I've got an idea. So I've messaged a Rangers player. Ryan's messaged Belinda Carlisle's manager. And we were going to try and get Belinda Carlisle and John Lundstrom on this is not a joke, by the way.
No, I know. Ryan messaged me the other night. I know. He said he was doing that, but
we were going to try and get them to sing the song together for Grado for his birthday.
Did anybody get back to these?
Don't be so fucking stupid.
You kidding on? Jake Belinda Carlisle's got a fucking time or schedule to come on here.
Well, I messaged Michael Barrymore. Because Grado's a big fan. Because he follows me on Twitter, follows me on Instagram. I follow him, messaged him. He's not even read the message yet.
Do you know what? He's forgot the alarm he sat on since his big brother appears.
Exactly, man. Fucking sitting there with his hot spots, man.
No, what's a hot spot, not? What?
So actually, it's a good thing that Grado's not here because we had all these surprises for him, and all three of us we fucked it.
The three, when I just feel like we've got a big surprise for your birthday. Happy birthday.
The big surprise is nobody get back to his Grado. But I messaged him because he does love Barrymore. I actually thought Barrymore would have get back to his, but
so that's him. He's not here. Right. He's getting no surprises, nothing.
No.
That's his own fault. Because
But no, the best part is too, right? Last week I text him, I says, Grado, what you doing for your birthday, mate? He says, nothing. I says, all right. I says, I can't have you doing nothing for your birthday. So I booked a restaurant and everything for the day for lunch. And then he's messaged us yesterday. I've got a day off. I'm not going to be there for the podcast. Not, that fucking bastard. Right,
anyway. Tracy gave him a half at the last minute, but in it, to be fair, he didn't know he was going to be off, didn't he?
Tracy being his gaffer from Go Radio. Go Radio. Go Glasgow.
Go Radio. Alexa, launch Go Radio.
You can't spell Go Radio without Grado.
Apple FM, man.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I was getting triggered there. Right, boys, what's been happening in, I'm going to say Scottish football, but not a lot in Scottish football overall, apart from one big game last night, Scotland-Ukraine, World Cup playoffs. Steve, I know you were flying back in, you just caught the end of it, didn't you?
I didn't catch any. I touched in at like 20 past 10, something like that last night. But Nicola, Leo was the windy seat, Leila was the middle, Nicola was in the aisle seat, and I was in the other aisle seat next to Nicola. Obviously, the aisle separating us. Talking to a boy from Newcastle. We're blaring away. Can't get a signal on the phone and all that. I says to him, by the time we touched in, Ukraine will have pumped us. I says to him, we're going to get pumped. He's like, don't be daft. I says, I don't fancy us. I just didn't fancy it. The whole narrative of the game, Ukraine, I just didn't fancy it. I just had a feeling, it had kind of, for me, it had shades of the wee run Denmark went on after Eriksen had the heart attack. Remember?
Aye.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I had shades of that. I just didn't fancy us last night. I just had a feeling we were going to fuck it up.
Chris, did you see the game last night?
Well, as you know, in my top secret job, which I'm not allowed to talk about, I work night shift. So
that's all you can say, mate. Don't say anything else.
I was in my bed sleeping. I woke up, checked the score, seen that Scotland had just scored. I thought, oh, they might do it, but my head was singing off. I went, I'm going back to bed. Woke up again 5 minutes later, and it's 3-1. No, I mean, what do you actually do? It's pure Scotland. However, I'm not on board with the narrative. Ukraine, it's great that Ukraine won. All right, I understand that the country's going through a bad time and stuff like that, and they need all the good news that they can get. But there's no pals in the desert when it comes to football. Do you know what I mean? And I obviously want to see Scotland at a World Cup. Now, I'll be honest with you, I would rather see Wales at the World Cup than Ukraine as well, because on a football level, I've really not got much interest in Ukraine. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I would rather see Wales there. That gives you a team that close to home that you can back to beat England. So that's all you care about. You know what I mean? And I can understand why like the news was all, and they were handing out the Ukraine national anthem and stuff like that. There's a bit of solidarity needs to be between every country with Ukraine at the moment. But when it comes down to sport,
it doesn't mean to say you want to be happy for them.
Exactly. No. Definitely not, man. Definitely not.
It's do you know what, man? I just look at it and go, like talking about Rangers and Sevilla a couple of weeks ago. I don't have a better chance of winning a final, right, than playing Frankfurt. I don't think Scotland will have a better chance than getting to a World Cup than we've had. I think it's a major chance missed. It's a major for this team. The quality on that pitch, your Robertsons, your McGinns, your Gilmores, your Callum McGregors. I think you've got to go. That team should have took care of Ukraine last night, and that team, you could argue, should be capable of taking care of Wales as well. I think it's a big opportunity missed. I really do.
I think Grado made a fair point as well. John McGinn's all over Instagram and all that, getting boozed up for the last fortnight.
Yeah,
I've heard this. I've missed all this because I've been away. And I've seen people going on about fucking Andy Robertson having a few pints the other night and McGinn being pissed up. I've not really seen any. I've kind of had my phone off a lot of time, so I've not seen any of it, but I've heard a lot of people going on about this. And if that is the case, then people are going to jump on it now, but aren't they? They're going to laugh about it if we won last night, but they're going to jump on it if you get beat.
Aye, but see the thing is with Robertson though, like people are annoyed at Robertson for having a few pints, and then they were saying, "Oh, Robertson's not joining up with the Scotland team because he's going back to the open top bus with Liverpool when he should be with the Scotland team. He's a captain and blah blah blah." He was actually one of our better players last night. Everything went through Robertson again. You know, he was only. He wasn't even the best player on the park, like overall, but for us, he was the only guy getting forward. He was the only guy taking defenders on. Aaron Hickey was at right back. That guy's hype is, you know, overshadowing his ability.
No,
you know,
it's not because he's not a right back, Ryan.
I bet, mate, he's played right back the most of the season for Bologna and he's been unbelievable. Arsenal want to sign him at right back.
Right, so his hype's not over hang with then if he's been unbelievable all season.
Contradicting yourself a little bit there, Ryan. Contradicting yourself a little.
No. What I'm saying is people are saying that he's going to go to Arsenal for what, 21 million or something like that. They want to buy him. He's been raved about for Bologna all season. He looked hopeless last night. He looked utterly hopeless. You know, he couldn't do the basics right. He wasn't taking anybody on. You know, and that's not actually like a mega criticism of him in particular. I thought the whole team overall.
It's fucking sounded like it.
But
I'd fucking hate to hear if you were having a go at him.
I know, poor bastard.
Aye.
He's getting the Nathan Patterson treatment here.
Remember that one?
At least when I say Patterson was shite, he fucking played good after it. I said Hickey was shite after 5 minutes and continued to be shite. I think the only two players that have given a bit of a glimmer last night were Robertson and probably McGregor, but even then it wasn't McGregor's best game. You know,
what about McGinn Sitter?
Couldn't believe it.
You've got. I mean, I see me snippets on Sky Sports News and I have my lunch here, and I see McFadden. What McFadden says is right. He's got the fucking biggest target there to hit, and he does try to be. Why try and be cute? Why try and do that? Why not just either it there?
Right, no, why? Premier League.
I know.
That's what it is, man.
I know.
That's what it is. And you know, see if it's Lyndon Dykes or fucking any. See if it falls to Aaron Hickey, even.
See if it's one of us three. Fuck's sake, they're just heating it there. It's a goal.
Right.
I don't know. I'd maybe have not been able to reach it, but
you would have got it, mate. You'd have got it.
I'd give it a damn good fucking go.
You'd have gave it a better go than what he did anyway.
Right. Oh man. So anyway, that's us. World Cup dream is over for another 4 years. We need to focus on the Euros.
What do you think, before we move on to Scotland, Steve Clarke, what do you think?
I think the guy. There's no denying the guy's got them. With the exception of last night, Scotland are exceptionally hard to beat now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? And I think that match last night stunk to end of season. See if that had have been 5 or 6 months ago, Scotland would have beat them last night.
Yeah.
And I think that Clark's done a tremendous job at Scotland. His tactics maybe aren't the most attractive, but see, with the squad that he's got, he maybe should be playing better football. But he's get. I don't know. I can't fault the guy, to be honest with you, Stevie.
I think he did get it wrong last night. But when you're looking at the results recently, we were unbeaten in 8 games. One of them is that pumping of Denmark as well. The performances we've had. The
only one thing that I would say, Ryan, is he seems to get it wrrong on the big occasion. Now it was
exactly what my point was going to be, mate. Exactly my point.
The Euros. We never turned up at the Euros last night.
One goal in 3 games and celebrated a 0-0 draw against England like we'd fucking won it. And we all done it. I was guilty of it. We all done it. But in the cold light of day, I think what you're saying there, Tol, somebody could sit and go, I can't fault the guy, and he has brought us back a bit of fucking. He goes to a fucking major tournament, right? But getting to the major tournament, I think we fucking bottled it massively. And then I think last night, like I said about 5 minutes ago there, I think what an opportunity this was. And I think there seems to be a mentality where, I don't know, like bottle jobs, man. That you just bottled it last night again. Do you know what I mean? In the first game against Czech Republic in the Euros at Hampden, you bottle that. You go to England, you battle like fuck, come away with a draw. The third game against Croatia, fucked that again. So it's kind of, last night just kind of stunk of that again. Do you know what I mean? I think it's, but people's going on about dinosaurs, fucking, he's a dinosaur, but who do you get? I don't know who you get.
That was what I was going to say. Right?
Aye.
Fucking Mark McGee's not doing it. Fuck's sake, the Heaton would never be on it, fucking Hampden.
Fuck. He would be. No, I can't. I was going to crack a bad joke there. I can't.
Okay, let's leave the bad jokes in. Right, we'll move on. We'll move on for Scotland. Focus on the Euros next time then. Stevie, this one's for you. It's not Scottish football, but it's kind of related to Rangers. Michael Beale confirmed as the new QPR manager. Grado said in the chat the other day he's taking bets on Gerrard being the first guy sacked next season. What are you thinking about Michael Beale going and getting a kind of big job away from
I'm not surprised, mate. I think we always kind of, a lot of Rangers fans always said it, man. Like when Gerrard was leaving, a lot of Rangers fans were actually going, wise, get fucking Beale in, get Beale the job, you know what I mean? I think Gerrard's going to struggle with it, man. It's a major blow to Gerrard.
Do you think he had that much an impact on him?
Aye, Gerrard said it himself, man. Gerrard said it himself. He said it would take me fucking 15 to 20 years to be able to learn to do what he does. He says, I'm not going to walk on the training pitch and try and do what he does because it's no matter, I can't do what he does. So I think he'd massive presence at Rangers, massive influence on Gerrard. Good luck to him, I hope he does well. He always came across as a nice guy, and I think he's got the tactical nous.
I hope he falls on his arse because I support Queen's Park Celtic. It's
a big job for him, man.
Do you know what? If QPR, what happened with Warburton? Did he get the bullet?
I know he's left. I didn't know why he left.
I don't know because again, when I seen Beale getting touted as the hang because I was on holiday, I didn't even know Warburton was away. I didn't even know what had happened there, so I don't know. I'm a wee bit out of the loop with my fit bar this week, you can.
I know. But speaking about the championship, did any of you catch the playoff?
Forest won, didn't they?
Do you know what? It's good to see Forest back in the Premier League. And as long as they can get their kits in order, because that away strip, Jesus Christ, man, did you see that?
Was it bad? I'm going to Google it now. Was it bad?
It was pink and fluorescent yellow.
I did see it.
It was like the Blackburn kit split down the middle. Mate, you need to see this thing, man.
I'm going to see it. Hold on. Away kit.
Aye.
Stevie, while you're looking at that, I just had a quick Google of Mark Warburton there. His contract came to an end and he didn't offer a new one.
Really? Look at that.
I know, mate. It looks like something you'd create on fucking Pro Evo back in the day or something like that.
Aye, that's horrendous, man. That's horrendous.
Bad. But and my team as well, Leeds saved last day of the season.
I didn't fancy them that day, man. I thought Brentford would have done them, man. I didn't fancy them. I fancied both Burnley and Leeds to get beat that day, and that would have kept Burnley up though, wouldn't it?
I actually on my coup, I had Burnley to win. So to see them losing was brilliant. But
was it Harrison scored the goal? When it was a peach.
It was a deflection.
Was that a deflection? I thought it was a deflection. Outside. Was it?
No, but it was, you know what? It was brilliant to see, and hopefully the board get behind them and get behind the manager and give him some money to strengthen the team for next season, because that defence is shocking, man.
Can we just say as well, the Rossoneri, man.
Forza.
No, I mean the Rossoneri getting their first
Forza,
title.
Rossoneri.
First title in what? Is it first title in 10 years or something?
11, I think.
11
years, aye.
No, I mean.
That's mad. That's mad how long that's been, isn't it?
I know.
It feels like I mean, Leeds are staying in the Premier League. You've got a big club like Nottingham Forest back. You've got AC Milan winning leagues. It's
Kamal not coming back up.
It's like retro in it. It's like we're back in time, man. No, I mean, it's like fucking
exactly. I know.
Barcelona,
Real Madrid win the European Cup.
Aye. Yeah, talking of Barca, big Gerard Piqué's been rumbled at, cheating on Shakira.
Oh.
What?
Aye. I know he's been cheating on Shakira.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
with that sugary arse. Why would you do that?
The Hibs don't like us. The Hibs don't like.
You getting that?
Clearly PK does.
Yeah, what you were saying as well, Tom. Very, very underrated player. Was it you or was it Ryan? Can't remember. Giroud. Was it one of them in the group chat?
Mate, it was me. What a footballer, man.
What a season he's had.
I know, but put it
It's
as
like
see if he's keeping Zlatan at the team, you know that he's fucking playing well.
But even Zlatan, when he's been fit this season, the amount of goals he scored, him and Giroud, it's like the old timers are just going like that. We won't tear this up. That boy they've got and all that, Rafael Leao, what a player that boy is, man.
Yeah, he'll not be there long.
Nah, I don't know. I'll keep hold of him. But aye, great to see. It was actually I quite enjoyed seeing the two Milan clubs. I hate Inter, but it was good to see the two of them battling out and Juve fucking getting piped in a wee bit. Do you know what I mean?
My big mate Kev's a huge Inter Milan fan, like proper. Do you know, like follows them and stuff like that. He was over for the game. He was certain that they were going to do it, and he was over for the game. He was at San Siro, and obviously Milan were in.
Milan done a fucking Rangers at Rugby Park. We know 3-0 up in the first half.
Aye, but did you notice like Sassuolo just basically opened the stadium to the Milan fans after?
Aye, it was just it
was brilliant, man. It was brilliant, and they had a proper party. You know what I mean? There was fireworks and a lot.
AC were 3-0 up at half time, then Inter went 3-0 up in the second half, didn't they?
Yep, that's right. Aye.
Did we? Because I've been off for a few weeks. Have we spoke about this whole MLS?
Oh, we haven't, but we need to wait until everybody's on.
Grado's on, and John and all. Aye, right.
Aye, so well, basically, obviously, whoever's listening now, Stephen's let the cat out of the bag a wee bit. During the summer, when there's no Scottish football, we're going to pick an MLS side to support each, and well, once everybody's on, we'll let you know a wee bit more about it. But it's going to be fun. We're going to go totally. Soccer guy.
Yeah, pure
soccer man.
Yeah, well, pure into the football, you know.
Oh, Stevie, your team have just signed somebody, you know.
Hold on, I'm going to check. Don't tell it, I'm just going to Google it.
I'm not going to say the team or anything like that, so nobody knows, but go and check who they've just signed yesterday.
We'll not mention teams either, but we did have this discussion in the chat, mate, about my team playing Grado's team at the weekend. Pumped them 3-1, mate, standard.
Did you see how Stevie's team signed? But
go
on, have a look, Ryan.
I forgot his team, Stevie. Send me your team.
I'll send you. I'll just put it like in the group chat right now.
Aye.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
This is great.
Jesus
great
Christ.
Podcasting, but this will all make sense. So.
This is groundbreaking podcasting, isn't it?
No chance.
Jesus fuck! I know, man. Oof.
Aye, what a choice you've made.
That's a big name. That's a big name.
Aye. Aye.
Wow.
Somebody's going to decipher that, no bother, aren't they?
Aye.
We'll be Ryan Dunbar. Ryan Dunbar will get it right away, man. He'll put it in. He's got to put it in Discord chat as soon as the fuck this is out on Friday, man. Boom, right in there.
Can't believe Stevie supports such and such.
Right, back to Scottish football, back to a wee bit of Rangers. Stevie, Connor Goldson re-signing.
That was a brilliant tweet. It was a brilliant tweet.
I loved that tweet.
Right, so I've put it right. I'm literally checking out the hotel yesterday, right? And my phone's going ping, 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 ping. All fucking Rangers fans, right? And then I put it in my Rangers chat with my close friends. And where is it? I put it in, and my mate just seen that. Fucking poor for us. I mean, I get he wants to go, but we get him to sign with a buyout clause a season ago. Stop letting contracts run down. We're still doing it now. I'm like, he's not read this tweet properly.
He's not read it, has he not?
He's not read it. And then he just texts literally 60 seconds later, holy fuck, I've read that wrong. I've sent him the mad fucking Back to the Future gift, McFly. And he's like, what the fuck, man? He's like, so it was great tweeting for Rangers, it was good. And it's, do you know what? Connor Goldson, say you want about him, I mean, fucking, still sticks in my craw a wee bit, the fucking goal we conceded against Frankfurt, but I've always been a big fan of Goldson. I really have. If we can keep Bassey, if you can get Suter fit, you've got Tav right back, you've got Suter, you've got Goldson, you've got Bassey. Aye.
Barisic at left back. Aye, good. Keep Barisic at left back for the Celtic games,
I keep
I said, hey, fucking backstick Borner, man. Fuck's sake. I can't take another season of backstick Borner. I'll need a fucking third tier transplant. Honestly, man. It's fucking... no, I mean, Goldson, he's a very, very, very good defender. A lot of the stuff we're built on, man, comes through Goldson. He's a fucking ever-present, solid centre-half. So he's staying positive. But we need to make... Somebody's going to go, I think.
Do you think it'll be Bassey? Do you think it's going to be Bassey? Do you think somebody will come in for him? Because
it'll cost a lot to get him away. He's still got 2 years left in his contract.
I think if Leeds sell Rafinha, I think they'll go for Ryan Kent.
He's been linked for about 3 years, hasn't he, with Leeds?
It wouldn't be a transfer window without Kent being linked to Leeds with it. Fuck's sake, man. Yeah. That's like Billy Gilmore being linked to us as well. You know what I mean? Every fucking transfer window.
Peter Beardsley with Celtic every fucking summer.
It's one of the ones. I think Goldson-Stein, I think, will be good for the dressing room as well. So I think, obviously, if he goes, we've signed Davis on another year extension as well, which is a no-brainer. Arfield's extended his contract as well. You need to keep these characters within the dressing room, but we need to sign a bit of quality in the final third. We're far too reliant on Morelos and Kent. But
what about goalies? What about goalies? Because my mate last night...
I'd get to McLaughlin.
So my mate last night was saying, he's a Rangers fan, he was saying that there's rumours that McGregor's going to sign a year extension. But he was like, I don't want him.
My number one next season would be McLaughlin. I've got no problem with John McLaughlin whatsoever. Nothing at all. Even the Scottish Cup final there, man, it was a breath. I'm not slagging McGregor. McGregor's fucking... What McGregor's done speaks for itself. He's phenomenal. But I have been on record, and me and Grad have both said that this season, he looks his age now in certain games. He still saved us a lot last season, but he made a lot of uncharacteristic mistakes, like fucking Motherwell at Ibrox, Hearts at Ibrox, Ross County away. Cost us a lot of points last season, but I would have no qualms at all about having John McLaughlin as number one. It was like a breath of fresh air. Some of the things in his cup final against Hearts actually coming off his line at corner, just calming everything, taking the ball out there. Great. I'd be happy with him. I wouldn't be opposed to McGregor staying for another year, but I don't think he should be our number one next year.
Is he the sort of guy? I think he's the sort of guy you want in the dressing room as well. Somebody that he knows what the club's about and stuff like that. And you know, he could be a positive influence on the other goalies as well. You know, even if why not offer him a fucking coaching role? Or, do you know what I mean?
They might. His fucking career speaks for itself, especially his time at Rangers and both spells at Rangers. He's outstanding. He's phenomenal. He deserves to be mentioned amongst the greats. And speaking of that as well, Andy Gorham, that's horrendous news this week that I read when I was on holiday. Horrible. People like McGregor deserve to be mentioned in the same breath as Gorham and that as well. That's how good McGregor is. But that news coming for Gorham is...
I must be a completely different breed, because I don't think Alan McGregor is anywhere near the goalie that Andy Gorham was, and
he is, man.
I genuinely, I don't think so. But it's all about opinions, isn't it? But like
I think McGregor is. I think there's a lot of people I know, Rangers fans, that say McGregor's our favourite of all time. Gorham will always be my favourite of all time, but both of them I think are fucking top class keepers, man. But all that to the side, the news coming for Gorham it's fucking heartbreaking, man. I mean, Walter Smith, Jimmy Bell, fucking now you're hearing Andy Gorham. It's horrible, man. It's horrible, and I just sending lots of love to him and his family, man. It's horrible news.
I totally agree, mate. He's allegiances aside, obviously, the guy was a great goalkeeper for Rangers. He's, in my opinion, and I said this when he was on the show as well, I think he's probably the best goalkeeper that I've ever seen live in my life. He was incredible, and it's just a shame to see that he's obviously this illness has got a hold of him. And best wishes for everybody here at Football Daft to Andy Gorham.
Right, boys, bring it back up then. Last Saturday, Champions League final, Real Madrid, Liverpool. Stevie, I know
honestly,
how you were feeling watching that.
Right, I love, right, you know, my three teams are Rangers, AC Milan, Real Madrid. Rangers have fucked me this season for the treble.
I know who your fourth team is, though.
Who?
I've just signed that guy, remember?
Oh, hey, that'll be revealed next week. No, but I was sitting there, right? I was just sitting there thinking, right? On Saturday night, they have the kids' entertainment, they have the show and all that. Now that hanging holiday, you're sitting there, you're outside, it's fucking brilliant.
They play that same song every fucking night.
Aye, exactly that, mate, right? So it's me, the missus, the Waynes. The Waynes are running about playing with all the other Waynes. Then the two shows finish, and then they go, right, we're going to put the game on. And obviously there was a delay, right? So I'm sitting there going, fucking hell, man, what's going on here? Because in Greece, you're 2 hours ahead, right? So the game didn't kick off at fucking 10:30 in Greece, right? So Nicola and the Waynes, they were getting tired. So the Waynes were getting really tired. So Nicola says, I'm going to take the Waynes up halfway through the second half. I was like, that's fine, man. Surrounded by fucking Scousers, right? They're sitting there. Oh, they were fucking sick, right? And I've had a few too many G&Ts, right? And I'm finding it hard to like let it go that I pure want Real to win. Do you know what I mean? I'm sitting there, there's a Scouse in front of me. He turns around, I'm not going to try the accent, right? But he turns around and goes like me, you want Madrid to win, didn't you? And I was like looking at him going, aye, and he's like, so do I, man, I'm an Everton fan. I was like, okay, sit with me, mate, come on. But honestly, Real Madrid, I mean, look at Modric, Casemiro,
mate.
He's the most underrated. We said that, didn't we?
I said that to you the other day, and I'd actually been talking to Keane about it. Like, see, whenever, like, you know yourself, Stevie, when you're playing football with a Wayne in the house, if you're playing up and down the hallway kind of thing.
Aye.
He would always go Messi or Ronaldo, and I would always go Casemiro, and he'd be like, why are you going Casemiro, Dad? He's rubbish, because he doesn't score goals, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm telling you, see, when you get older, you'll realise how good a player Casemiro is. And
fucking brilliant.
I'm so glad that he's getting the recognition he deserves now. Because he's a phenomenal footballer. The
job he does, I mean, that's a job that fucking Makelele get praised for. That's a job Kante get praised for under Chelsea. That's a job, like, he's an absolute destroyer, man. And he's no mug with the ball at his feet either. Do you know what I mean? He's fucking...
Do you think that's the way that modern footballers went? See, modern footballers went this kind of flashy way. Do you think players that can get underestimated because they're not
I think they do, mate.
Messi, Ronaldo's, etc.
See, the thing is, Ryan, you take the players out of their teams and their teams 40 bits.
Well, exactly.
Because see if that Barcelona team never had Xavi and Busquets, right? Teams would have walked through that midfield, no bother, because they were powder puff apart for they two, right? It's the same with that Real Madrid team. See with Casemiro and
Toni Kroos and Modric, man.
Toni Kroos and Modric. They're incredible.
Toni Kroos and Modric, the way they're still gone and they're still performing at that level. I mean, Busquets, probably the absolute ultimate recycler of a ball, man. Like, he would never waste a ball, recycle it so much. He would just be in the right place at the right time. That doesn't just happen. Do you know what I mean? That's like, these guys are it's different. I mean, try to think of another unfashionable player. Like, for PSG, they've got fucking Mbappe, they've got this, they've got that. See Marco Verratti, what a player that boy is. Do you know what I mean? He's another one. Like, they don't get the praise they deserve, you know what I mean? But I just watched it. I mean, some people were going like, fucking Real were pissed, they took a good out of the game and all that. They're not going to open up to Liverpool and try and they're going to play to their strengths and see the more the game was going on. Just the way they keep the ball, and the goal was a class goal as well. Valverde done brilliant.
It shows you the tactical genius of Ancelotti, because
Don Carlo, man.
See, like, many other teams wouldn't have changed their system or their style. He changed his system to nullify Liverpool. Now, don't get me wrong. See, the first half, Liverpool could have scored about 4 or 5 goals. It was. See, when Mane hit that shot and the goalie saved it, and then they hit the post. After that, I turned around to Keane. Now, Keane's a huge Liverpool fan. That's his favourite team.
So is Leo, man.
Right, and I turned around to Keane and I went like, listen, Liverpool aren't winning this tonight. They went like, what do you mean? We're all over them. I went, this isn't their night.
I said the same to Nicola. She was sitting going, oh, shit, they look so good, Liverpool. I said, it's going to go 2 ways. They're either they're going to score and one of the tapping them, or we are going to win this one.
Well, that's what I said in the group chat. Remember, I went like, it's all Liverpool, but we are going to win this.
Aye.
I said in the group chat, I knew it, man.
They I think, just got to know how, and at times, man. But you look at their run through it, what they done against PSG, Chelsea, Man City. You just knew they were going to do it, man. You know what I mean?
Aye, and they're not the best team to watch. Do you know?
No.
They're not, but they got the job done. And over the course of the season, like Messi says, they weren't the best team in it. Well, they won it, so they were.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, the team that wins it's the best team in the tournament.
Plus, a team that wins a fucking domestic league and wins the Champions League, fuck me, they're no bad. Not me.
Exactly.
I thought it was a fucking brilliant game, to be honest.
So did I, mate. So did I.
Watch, man. I just enjoyed it. I actually wanted Liverpool to score so I can get an extra half an hour.
Aye, you don't want it to end.
Aye, it's one of them ones.
Hala Madrid.
Right, boys, last week, Stevie, you weren't here, but you were talking about fuck-ups you've had at work. Chris wanted to tell us about his because he's a top secret spy, which is fine. He kind of mentioned it. But we got a couple in from Jordan and Martin. So Jordan sent this one in first. He said, just cut out with the podcast from Friday. He's talking about work fuck-ups. When I was 17, I worked with a joiner and we were fitting a kitchen. He asked me to start ripping it out whilst I attended to a job upstairs. An hour or two had passed and he came down and told me he needed to nip away to get some materials. As soon as he left, I was straight up to the toilet as I was busting for a shite, done a shite, flushed the pan, and just had a full toilet bowls worth of water hitting the floor in the half-ripped out kitchen. Went downstairs to find shite, piss and toilet water everywhere.
God.
I had to clean it all up before he came back. I didn't know he was there fitting up a new waste pipe. When he came back, he asked why the floorboards were wet, and I just said I had to dust them all down.
Oh, that's a major fuck up, innit?
It's horrendous.
How do you just miss the fact that there's a hole where your fucking shite's going to go into the kitchen? Like, surely you would know what that was.
Especially when he's been the one that's been ripping the kitchen up.
Well, exactly. He's ripping out the kitchen, doesn't notice a big hole in the ceiling where the shite's going to. Mental. Absolutely mental. Right, Jordan, that's absolutely minging, mate. Well played. Next one from Martin. He said he was on a year's training position for a company, I'm not going to name them, as a trainee employment advisor. 11 months into a full-time position, became available, so I applied for it and got through to the interview process. After giving the best interview of my life, which included PowerPoint, flip charts and graphs, asked how much, what's that say? I pretty much had it in the bag until I was asked the question, what's your main aim and objective as an employment advisor? To which I answered, to get as many cunts a job as possible. The two interviewers' faces dropped. I pulled it back, but in the end, they just said, nah, not having it.
I've got one for you, right? That guy's just jogged my memory. So I think I've told you before, I used to work for AOL years ago, right? Mm-hmm. So we're sitting, and one of the boys that sat next to me, his name was John Galt, right? His name's still John Galt, actually.
Good,
so he's sitting and he gets a phone call through, so he brings the person's details up, and the person lives on the same street as him, right? So he's talking away to him just the way you and I talk to each other, right? And he's the guy says, listen, John, you've tried your best, mate. You've tried to fix this. You can't get it fixed. Is it all right if you put me on to a manager? And because Galty was talking to him the way that he would talk to anybody else, he goes like that. Hold on, I'll see if there's any cunt jumping about. on the phone, and his manager was standing next to him, right? And the manager, Brian, just like that guy says, the manager's face, the colour just drained out of it. But luckily the guy went, right, John, thanks very much, and never mentioned it again. Do you know what I mean? But see if I had been like anybody else, I was a cracker. That was a cracker. I remember that.
It's a skill that, but fuck ups.
Aye,
mate, of course, man. Hunters. Remember, I'm trying to get right, Belter. Do you know what? It wasn't me, right? But I was on stage at the time, right? And it was, I'll just say it because he done it. It was Tam Kevin, right? So when we do panting, we occasionally have like a show where we have like one guest on, one celebrity guest, the odd show, right? With George Bowie a few years ago.
Was Tam Cowan on to introduce them?
Oh. I'm sure Tam would have something sharp to say back to you, Tom. You know what I mean? You know, he's like, it'd be a good battle watching you two go at it, man. But with George Bowie on doing the GBX and all that, and he'd done well, jumped about the bits and pieces on stage, it was brilliant, the crowd loving it. This one year with Tam Cowan on, right? So it was me, Tam Cowan, and Johnny Mac on stage, right? Now, Tam's sharp as a fucking tack, right? He's so clever, so quick. But he was really nervous about doing the panel, right? Really nervous. So I was like, I've known Tam for years, so I was like, I've never really seen him like that. He was really fucking nervous. So he goes on, all these guests have to do something. So Tam's like, no, I'll tell a joke. So he comes on, tells a joke. It's a 1:30 matinee, right? Lots of rains and all that in the audience, right? So we're standing there and we're doing this wee scene, right? Me, Johnny and Tam. And Tam's telling this joke about me buying a telly, right? And because of the size of me, I come out, I can't remember the joke exactly, but it turns out the punchline is, it's an iPad, right? I'm carrying a telly because I'm so wee, right? So he tags the joke. But before he does it, he goes, I said to Stevie, where'd you get that telly? He turns around and goes, what the fuck are you talking about? It's an iPad. So me and Johnny look at each other in sheer disbelief. And he's actually said, fuck what you fucking.
You know what, Stevie, see, every time I do Grado's wrestling show, I'm terrified. Absolutely terrified, I swear, because of the rains all there. I'm terrified, mate, man.
Honestly, man, but it's like, it was one of the ones, he done it, he was that in the zone with the joke.
He didn't realise he'd done it,
so I think it was an accumulation of nerves and being in the zone with the joke. No. And then he just walked off, and me and Johnny are like, Tam Cowan, ladies and gentlemen. It's like, it's brilliant. Man. It's so funny, man.
That would be fucking nightmares, man. Absolute nightmares.
Right, that's why he's not been back.
Exactly. Any more stories like that, send them into us, Football Daft Pod on Twitter. Right, Chris, one for you here. We're bringing back Birthday Corner. I know John's made this a thing.
Who am I singing to the day?
So JR has messages on Twitter. He said, lads, can we get a birthday shout out for my son, Ollie, who turns 1 on Thursday? So today, same birthday as Grado. He loves the wrestling, River City, and Tam Spraggins. So he wants a birthday message for Ollie in the style of Tina.
First of all, JR, I've got a question your parenting. What 1-year-old is watching Tam Spraggins videos? You know what I mean? But right, we'll sweep that under the carpet.
Or River City, to be fair, at 1.
Right, so
happy birthday, Ollie. Happy birthday, Ollie. But I've got a better message for you, Ollie, and it's from Tina Turner.
Happy birthday, Ollie boy. It's your birthday, Ollie boy. Yeah. Happy birthday, Ollie. I hope you have a great one, pal, and eat loads of cake.
Brilliant.
I love that.
Absolutely brilliant.
Happy birthday.
So that's a new regular feature. If it's your birthday, send us a message. We'll wheel toll it every single week to sing these tunes.
Aye.
Oh, what's going to happen actually if Toll's not here? Will we get Grado to do it? I get Grado to do it.
John should do it.
John, get Johnny there.
John to do it.
Right, John can do it then. And on the big question this week, we're looking for those players that deserve to be in the conversation for one of the greats, yet they get left out. So that's what we come on later on Football Daft. Right, boys, got a question for you. Do you like the sound of free beer?
I prefer the taste of it, Ryan. I don't mind the sound of it, but I prefer the taste of it.
Well, do you know what? Who doesn't? All you need to do is simply cover just the $5.95 postage, and Beer 52 will send you not 8, not 9, but 10 free beers right to your house. It is amazing service. Go to www.beer52.com/daft to claim your pack of 10 free beers. Now, boys, you had Beer 52 beers delivered? Yeah?
Yes, we have indeed. I got a nice wee box of Dutch beers through the post. And like we were saying previously, if you want free beers, they may as well get them for the Masters. And the Dutch know how to make their beers, let's be honest.
They do. I'll second that. Mine's just sitting in my utility room. I've got a wee fridge in there just chilling, and I've been away on holiday, obviously, and I want to keep the holiday going until at least Monday. So I might have a couple tonight.
On a Thursday? Good, man. Get in.
Thursday, mate.
Well, to be fair, Friday if you're listening, but Stevie's pissed last night. Right, every month Beer 52 sends our members a fresh case of craft beer. This month it's a double Dutch case, which will take you on a beer trip around the world. Like we said, the Netherlands, the finest independent craft breweries. You can get there all in this Beer 52 package. Ever since 2014, Beer 52 and their members have supported over 500 breweries and drank beer from more than 40 different countries. I think I've probably drank beer from like 15 different countries, so quite a few to batter in, I think.
Aye.
You can try the double IPA from Two Chefs at a cool 7.5%. That'll blow the heat clean off you. And Demoulins, is it Demoulins? I'm going to go Demoulins. Up and top, a beautifully easygoing pale ale. On the dark side this month, there's Daily Grind, a sessionable stout by, I can't even pronounce his names, Morsetel?
Morsetal.
What Morsetal?
You have to do it in the Dutch accent, you know.
You have to the Dutch accent. You have to go Morsetal.
You come to play for Glasgow Rangers to win lots of prizes, you know.
what an accent that was. So you've also got the option as well. If you're not a fan of the dark beers, just simply choose the light box. Easy as that. Also included in every case is the ever insightful Ferment magazine and a couple of tasty snacks. So if you're after all that, you're still not satisfied, you can simply pause or cancel at any time. So go to beer52.com/daft to claim your free case now. That's beer52.com/daft.
Football Daft's big question.
Right, so boys, we all know the GOATs, the greatest of all time in football. Your Ronaldo's, Messi's, Benzema. Recently, Stevie, you've been bumping your gums about him this season just because his performances. But what about those guys that go unnoticed, but they deserve to be in that conversation? Is there anybody you can think of that should be in that kind of greatest of all time conversation that probably gets a bit underestimated at times? Go with you first, Chris.
Right. How far back are we going?
It can be whenever. I know you mentioned one earlier on. You mentioned Giroud as well. You know, people like that. You know,
wait a minute. I never say Giroud's up there with the greatest of all time.
Sorry.
Let's not get fucking ahead of ourselves here. All right.
Oh, greats of all time, but greats. You know, greats in the game. You know, people who probably don't get the recognition they deserve. Right.
Going back, Stevie, I think you'll agree with me here. Going back, we're talking kind of mid-90s. Dejan Savicevic for AC Milan was fucking incredible. What a footballer he was, man. And he was in a team that had that many superstars that he kind of get put off to the side kind of thing. But he was what a player he was. Who else have we got? I loved Klinsmann was incredible as well. He was as good a striker as there's been in the last 50 years, I would say.
Do you know who was ahead of his time a wee bit as well? I think he did get the recognition, but maybe doesn't get mentioned in the greatest of. And he played for Inter Milan. Javier Zanetti.
Zanetti was brilliant, wasn't he? Who was excellent as well? Recoba.
Oh, Alvaro Recoba. Oh, what a player, man. Zvonimir Boban.
Boban, aye. Unfortunately, this guy came along at about the same time as Van Basten, but Jean-Pierre Papin.
Oh,
he was, what a striker he was as well. I just keep getting back to Milan because a lot of these players weren't as popular. Vialli as well when he was at Juventus, man. Wow, unstoppable.
He was in the same team with fucking Del Piero and Ravanelli, wasn't he?
Aye, and then he got the move to Chelsea and he kind of started to get a wee bit more recognition. But there was just so many. But there's one that sticks out for me in particular, and he was in a team that had all the Galacticos run about him. And
Machiavelli.
No, mate, Guti.
Guti was good.
Guti was good. See if you go onto YouTube or something and just type in Guti highlights.
Aye.
The guy was unreal.
He was.
Like he had Zidane, Figo, the real Ronaldo. You know what I mean? All of the players run about him.
Do you think like him and like
Paul Scholes?
We spoke about Scholes class. What we spoke about earlier, like Makelele, right? But that job we're talking about Casemiro and all that, right? We're talking about Kante. Like, see Makelele, he was surrounded by Galacticos, but all the Galacticos probably said the first guy they want in the team is him.
Exactly. You know what I mean? Because he allows them to go and play their game.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, man. Exactly.
So it's underappreciated players, I think.
I don't really know, mate. Some of the ones that I've got are on this list. I mean, Guti was one for me. That was one that actually stuck out for me as well. Somebody else has put this one on. I'll no steal his thunder. Ray says it later on. We can get to it, but that's one that I thought of immediately on this list. So we'll get to it.
And that Ray said.
Aye, one that Ray said. That was one for me. Ever since that World Cup performance, I was like, that guy needs the recognition, and never really got it. Like, not to the level that
I'll be honest with you. I'll talk about him when we get to it. But I'm of the complete opposing opinion of that guy.
We'll get to it. That'll be interesting. We'll get to it.
Do you know who's one that I don't know if he's on the list here or anything like that? But remember Juninho Pernambucano that played for Lyon?
The free kick genius.
Mate, that guy could have played football in a pair of slippers, but the number one that never gets the recognition he deserved is Prozinecki.
Aye, he was like he's one of the guys. Like, obviously, right. Sometimes when I'll just fuck about on Twitter and you just see videos of Zidane, right, and you go, he obviously did get the recognition. He's one of the best I think that's ever been, right. Prosinecki was probably doing the same kind of stuff. Do you know what I mean? Like,
see if he was Spanish or French or Brazilian or something like that.
Aye.
See, because he was Croatian, and he never got the recognition he deserved.
Because he was Croatian, man, he was always turning up with 20 B&H, man, before he starts playing. He just stood there and do you know what I mean? Then goes on and the guy made football look easy.
Aye, know what he done? He played 5-a-sides on an 11-a-side pitch.
Aye, he did, mate. That's exactly it. That is exactly it. Definitely, man.
Magic, what a footballer. But anyway, if some of the listeners have wrote in, and the first person to come in is Grant McIver, totally breaking kayfabe and breaking his wrestling persona to type into a podcast here. He's a big scary, I'm an evil guy at the wrestling, but Grant McIver says there's a case for the 2000 keepers in Oliver Kahn, Gianluigi Buffon and Iker Casillas. World Cups, Euros and Champions League shared amongst them, making the goalkeeper an appealing role for kids.
It's a fair point, because I think, right, when you come to the end of your career, right, you better look back and you go, right, what did I win? What did I win? These guys they've won it all, haven't they? At club level and international level.
Aye, they really have.
I think they've all kind of won the Champions League. They've all won
the World Cup and they've all won the Euro.
Aye. So I would say, it's probably
listen, how many of them have won the SPL?
Exactly, man. How many were fucking feet Ross County and all that?
One shows your Scottish Cup medals, you care.
It's one of the ones. It's like, maybe we're sitting going on about all these players in your day. I think you do always overlook the goalies a wee bit, don't you? When you're thinking of the greatest of all time. So why could a goalie not be mentioned as the greatest of all time? You know what I mean? It's kind of...
See, I think the reasoning behind that is because these goalies played for teams that were so good that they very, very rarely get called into action. But when the mark of a good goalie is
keeping that concentration
exactly,
into it.
And I mean, like Buffon in particular for me, when he was called upon, some of the saves that guy made throughout his career, unreal, man, unreal. What
I think Grant McIver says here, and particularly Casillas, I would say, and particularly Buffon, I would say out of the three goalies that he's mentioned, I would put Casillas at the bottom of that list, even though he's probably... For me, a goalkeeper, I would go Buffon, Kahn, Casillas.
I would go Buffon, Casillas, Kahn, purely because I didn't like Oliver Kahn as a person. I think he seemed like a pure dick.
You're just thinking he's like a Bond villain, isn't he?
He's a pure baddie.
He is a baddie. He is. It's like that night Michael Mole's done his fucking whatever, that horrendous injury when we absolutely pummeled Bayern in the old stadium, man. Can was like, he was like the panto baddie, man. He was like the cunt you're going, boo, fucking hate it. You know what I mean? He's like, but it was incredible, but incredible. Ross Sutherland says, another goalie, Anthony Niemi. Don't know. Still waiting on that first Scotland camp.
By the way, Ross Sutherland's an unusual name for a Finnish guy. I mean, who's picking Anthony Niemi as the greatest of all time?
I would be inclined to say here that Ross Sutherland is ripping the piss.
Extracting the urine.
Yes, exactly.
Right. Robert Torrance next. He agreed with that one earlier. Chris Guti, he said. I can go with that one. I like Guti, man. I was when I was starting to kind of get into football, watching Madrid, and I used to see him, and you kind of go, that guy, he's everywhere. He was just everywhere on the pitch.
He looked like he was straight out of fucking Summer Bay, man. Straight home and away.
He used to wear like big baggy top and all that, didn't he? You could see him on a surfboard, couldn't you?
Aye, he had the tan and the fucking blonde long hair.
Aye, it's not often that David Beckham's the second best looking cunt in his team.
Here's a good one. This is a good one.
This is a good shout, actually. John McFarlane says Francesco Totti or Del Piero.
See, right. I think Del Piero gets the recognition he deserves, right?
So they are.
But I think Totti, sometimes it's overlooked. And Francesco Totti was fucking phenomenal.
Do you think that's a phenomenal
football player. Aye, that is, mate. It's the whole, he won the one, I think he only won the one Scudetto, didn't he?
He won one Scudetto. I think he won the World Cup.
He won the World Cup with Italy. He won one Scudetto. Pretty sure he won the Coppa Italia with Roma as well. But he was. Have you watched his documentary?
I've not, mate.
It's fucking brilliant, man. And he's what a player, man. He was.
It was good to see him at the conference final. It was good to see him in the crowd. But it's one of the ones as well. That's just after he's finished with Roma and they've won their first European trophy and all of that. So do you think that? Do you think he's like, yes, Roma have won a European trophy?
It's a wee bit bittersweet.
And he's been like, how could this not have been 2 years ago? You know what I mean, or 3 years ago or whatever it was. But another one that cut an absolute fine figure of a man strutting about a football field. This is starting to get a wee bit homoerotic, but I don't care. I don't care either, man.
I think we should talk about that stuff more, man.
I think we can bring that back then. Stevie, read the next one.
Stephen Gallagher says Terry Butcher. Man went to war every time he stepped through a pitch. Now, Terry, I mean, it's an acquired taste if you're into Big Terry. You know what I mean? He's not exactly.
If you like a bit of rough.
He was a fucking leader though. He was a leader and he wouldn't miss and hit the ball, man. He'd take a slow one off Big Terry. Underrated. When Rangers signed him, he was the captain of England at the time when we signed him. I think he was.
I think it was an O'Brien Robson that was the captain of England at the time, but he was like the main.
I think Terry Butcher was England captain at the time, mate.
I don't give a fuck. Fuck him.
I think he was, but anyway, he was class. The next one I want to get to as well, because the next one, I love Duff. The fucking grunt this guy walks on, man. What a player.
And we seen him on Saturday carrying the trophy. Mark Duff says Raul.
What did he say then?
He said Raul.
I love the way he said that. That's brilliant.
Remember the Isle Brew adverts?
That's what I was doing.
I see he's gone for. What a fucking striker Raul was. He was phenomenal. And I loved him the other night. I don't know, because we were watching it on a foreign channel. I was in Greece watching it. I don't know did you see him?
All right, racist.
I was in foreign shows. They didn't have it on BT Sport. But did you see when the Real fans were pure singing? And it cut to Raul, and he was pure singing the songs with him or not. Did you see that in the screen?
Who did it cut to, mate?
Raul.
I think we found the title of this week's episode, didn't we? Raul.
I think we may have.
He's a phenomenal striker. Phenomenal.
When I went to Benetton, maybe Seville maybe. I bought a Real Madrid jersey and all the superstars were at Real Madrid at the time, Figo, Ronaldo, and I got Raul on the back of the jersey. So
What did you get on it?
Raul.
Again, what we're talking about with midfielders that make the game look easy.
Grado's like, who the fuck's Raul?
Who's Raul? Like a midfielder being in the right place at the right time. Like we were talking about Busquets earlier. Raul did it in the other end of the pitch, and it's all about putting the ball in the back of the net. And
Is he still to this stage, like the second top scorer on the the third
Champions League?
He's the third behind Messi and Ronaldo.
Aye.
Ronaldo and Messi, I should say.
Aye.
So Ian Porter says a man close to our heart, Stevie. Roberto Baggio. Now, we were talking about the Rangers penalty shootout against Eintracht Frankfurt recently, and I said it's always the big name players that miss the penalties in the penalty shootouts. It always is. It's always the superstars.
It's probably the biggest one, isn't it?
I think so. And Ian makes a great point. After that penalty miss, he was never thought of in the same way as he was before it. And he never ever reached the heights that he was at before it as well. I think that penalty miss ruined Baggio's career.
Aye, it was the golden boy became the fucking whipping boy for a while after that, didn't he, man? He was never the... I think you're right, mate. I think it did kind of ruin his career. I think he was on the cusp of a fucking wave, wasn't he? That tournament, 94, leading up to it as well, and then going there. It was horrible. I remember watching it in my room, man, just sitting in my bed with hundreds of sweeties, watching it, and when he went up with it, I was emotionally distraught when he missed it, man, because I pure loved the guy, man. I loved him.
I know. I was the same as well. And my other favourite player, fucking Baresi, missed one as well. So I was like, fucking hell. But see, the thing is, right, looking at that penalty shootout, looking at Baggio, it was just the whole... I think that's roughly when Italian football started to hit the shits. Like I think that penalty shootout ruined Italian football. Like Milan and Juve got a couple of European Cups after it, but no Italian team's really done much in Europe since then. Fuck, it's a shame. I know.
What a player, man. He was some player, though. The next one, though, if we're talking about players, right, the next one, I'm surprised it took this long to get to this guy, because he is the best on earth. Craig Laurie says John Lundstrom. He's the best on earth.
That song is built on a fucking lie, Stephen. Built on many lies. You know what it is? It's built on a mountain of lies, that song.
My son, little Leo Purden, is obsessed with football and he loves that song now. But we've heard it a few times since, and he's only 6. And every time he hears Belinda Carlisle singing it, he always goes, "Why is she not saying John Lundstrom?" Like he wants to know why it's not in the actual. I'm like, no, man, it's just the Rangers fans singing like that.
Why, Daddy, why is this old lady covered a Rangers song?
Mate, that's exactly what it's like. It's like, right, Ryan, let us get to what you said earlier, because you were saying you rate this guy very highly. Tell us who Ray says.
Ray has put in Frank Ribery. Now, Chris, you were going to disagree with me on this one. I thought Ribery, I didn't know a lot about him until that World Cup that he played for France when he had an absolute belting tournament. I can't remember which year it was again. But after that, he got like all the plaudits, and I started watching him more when he was at Munich as well. And I thought he was just one of these guys that just done everything. But he was in the same team as Robin, wasn't he, at that point?
Yep.
They were both Robin, each flank.
I felt like Robin always got the spotlight because he was probably the better player, Robin. But I think Ribery was so like underestimated in what he was doing for that team. I thought he was brilliant, man.
I'm going to be honest, see, with the exception of that World Cup, I've never sat through a game that he's played in and thought he had a good game. Honestly, I don't know whether it's just whether I've got blinkers on or something like that. I don't know what it is, but can you tell me one game that he really stood out? Give me an example. Apart from that World Cup, give me an example of one game where he was brilliant.
Well, no, that's the kind of point I'm making. No, I've not got a specific game that I remember him being class. It's just I used to watch him and kind of highlights of kind of Munich games. Obviously, I'm not going to sit through Bayern Munich games all the time and watch them. But anytime I did see him,
I think he had a good game against. Did they not put Man United out and they beat them at Old Trafford?
The one where Robin scored the volley.
Frank Ribery and Robin fucking terrorised them that night. I think with Ribery, it was. I think he was a very, very, very good player, man. I think he was him and Robin caused a lot of teams problems, I think. But I don't know, man. Is it? Does he look again? Does he fall into the same category as Oliver Kahn? Does he look like the baddie that you just don't want to like him? Do you know what I mean? I don't know what it is.
You're trying to say he looks like Blofeld, aren't you? You sick bastard.
I'm not trying to say that. I'm just saying, does he? I'm saying it is Oliver Kahn and Frank Ribery misunderstood. Should we be paying more attention to the two? Exactly. I know.
But I'm just honestly, I can't think of anything. Everybody used to rave about him, and I'd sit down and I'd be like you yourself, Stevie, or yourself, Ryan. I would always watch all the Champions League highlights, and he would pop up with a goal or two, right? But other than that, he never ever had like a standout game. Now, if you go like that to me, give me a memory, David Beckham. You'll have a memory of David Beckham. Give me a memory of Marco van Basten. You'll have a memory of Marco van Basten. Messi, Ronaldo, the real Ronaldo, Zidane, right? Even Arjen Robben, like you're saying there. Now, I can't remember one thing that Frank Ribery's done throughout his career.
He falls into the Paul Pogba quandary. I look at Paul Pogba and I go, that's exactly what I say about Paul Pogba quite a lot. I watch football all the time.
Aye.
I've seen Paul Pogba playing hundreds of games and I go, this guy's he's got all the gear and the idea, good touches on the ball and all that, but I don't remember many games where I go, that's why he is what he is. Do you know what I mean?
The only game that I think that with Pogba is the World Cup final.
Aye, well, maybe that's...
World Cup final. Remember that pass to Mbappe? That was fucking... But again, I'm saying that about Ribery, and he had a great World Cup as well. I think they kind of fall into the Karol Poborski kind of bracket where they have this great tournament and they're thought of in much higher regard than they actually should be.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Maybe. Like we said earlier, though, boys, it's all about opinions.
That's me and that's Ray Telt, so sorry, Ray.
No, not at all. Listen, like Stevie says, it's all about opinions. Fair enough, Ray, but you're wrong.
Right, Chris, next.
Porter says Jimmy Traore has a Champions League winners medal, and offset. So does Stefan Honsho's got a Champions League winners medal, man.
Fuck, man.
Maybe got him for a season.
Remember that? He said that for him, that's right. Remember that?
Right after that, wasn't it?
Aye. Got him for the champions.
DC says Mark Kerr. He was a Champman legend. Got a dog named Totten. The rest is history. And that was this week's big question. You may think you know them, but Harry is way more than a super sharp razor company. They are here to revamp the whole routine. From close shaves and flake-free hair all the way to clear, healthy skin, Harry's helps guys feel good. And right now, we're offering a free travel-sized shower gel with a trial set so you can try them for yourself. What's in the trial set, I hear you ask? Expertly engineered weighted handle, 1 5-blade cartridge crafted by artisans in our own German factory, complete with precision trimmer, a handy foam and shave gel for effective lubrication, travel blade cover for life's adventures, a free shower gel for your listeners as well. So, what do you think of that, boys? Harry's quality gear?
See that minty face scrub stuff that they gave us?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly,
the smell after that was just
it makes you feel. No, it makes you feel like, see when a dog's putting its head out the window in the motor when you're doing about 40-50 mile an hour and you just, its hair's all pure back and all that, and it just looks as if it's having the time of its life. That's what you feel like when you wash your face with this stuff. You feel like you're in a wind tunnel. It's amazing.
I mean, the shower gel, like the scent, the smell of it, I don't know, it's like, I was never one for having a wet shave like a product. It's always like, but when Harry's came on, when I discovered Harry's, the smell is the thing that grabbed me. It was like a beautiful. You felt clean, didn't you?
Aye, you do. You feel clean, and it's not often in this business you feel clean.
No. That's fucking brilliant. Right, and Harry's products are formulated with 0% sulfates.
Yeah, not
sulfates.
0% sulfates.
So Harry's products are formulated with 0% sulfates. Parabens or dyes are alcohol free. There's no nasties here. No nasties, right? So just make sure to support the podcast and give your own shower shave a go by redeeming a free Harry's trial set. All you cover is £3.95 for delivery. So just head to harrys.com/daft to have your set delivered and start a shave plan. Your freebie will be added at checkout. That's harrys.com/daft.
It's now time for Gradle's 3 Riddles on Football Daft.
Why did I know you got a tattoo?
Oh my god, I'm just realised I'm doing that in my fucking windy.
Mate, I've got a windy right in front of me as well.
If you don't know what's happening, get the video version on Patreon. But this is, I'm going to say Gradle's 3 Riddles, but we're back. Gradle's not here. But we've got the 3 Riddles anyway. Now, we put one out last week, as we always do, for the listeners. Stevie, you might have missed this one. So we'll see if you can get it, right? Old computer game character might have this sensory organ on the wrong way. Old computer game character might have this sensory organ on the wrong way.
Mario Balotelli.
I went straight to Mario as well. It took me a couple of days.
Pierluigi Colina?
No.
No, mate.
I'm hitting Luigi now.
You're so far off it, it's unreal.
The answer is, and it was got in by Sheep FM. He signed up to the Patreon so he can get there first. Sheep FM got it. Alex Ray, sensory organ on backwards, ear, Ray. I'm going to be honest with you, I have no idea what Alex is. But
Alex Kidd.
In Wonderland, it was the Sega Master System built in game with the Master System on it.
What a game it was too. I can still remember the tune. Do. It was fucking magic.
I had the Master System in the Mega Drive, in the Mega CD, then the 32X. I was Sega at my nut.
I was Atari, Spectrum Plus 3, Nintendo, Super Nintendo, N64, PlayStation, and then PlayStation.
I had an N64, I know, man. Anyway, we could talk about this for ages. International Superstar Soccer, man.
I was a PS1. That's my first one. So I missed on.
You're a lot younger than us, but Ryan.
Oh my God, man. Makes me feel so fucking old.
Jesus. What age are you two?
I'll be 40 in August, mate.
I'll be the same then. I'll be 40. No, you're 40 this August.
Aye, 40 next month.
I'll be 40 in May. What age are you, Ryan?
I'll be 29 this month. 29 2 weeks time. So
I'd already had a stinky finger before you were born.
I should certainly hope so, mate. There's quite a few years there. Right. Anyway, back to the Riddles. Boys, Sheep FM got there. I'll go through the scoreboard. So Keane Tolls on 1, Ali McDonald on 1, Pat the Pallet Prick on 1, Declan Ramage, Ian Miko and Jack all on 1. Sheep FM is now up to 2 with John Mitchell, Ryan Dunbar, producer Ryan and Nicola Burden all on 2. Ali Dixon is on 3, Albert's Legend on 4, Dean is on 8, Stephen, you're on 23. And then I don't think I've updated this for last week, but how many did John get last week, Chris? You got a couple last week, didn't
John got 1 and I get 2.
Right, okay.
Oh,
so
John get 2 and I get 1. Sorry, John get 2 and I get 1.
So John is on 26. Chris is way out ahead on 44.
I need to say, Dean, I'm missing your input, Dean.
Oh, aye. Where's Dean went to, man?
You need to start getting these in again, because at one point I was actually hoping you would catch up with Stevie. Now it's not looking good, but let us know that you're still listening, Dean. At the very least.
Dean, you've got 15 weeks to catch up with Stevie.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's 2 rings when you get in, Dean, just to know you're all right.
get your answers back in. Right, so riddles this week then, boys. I've got a few here. Grado has sent me these in his absence, so let's see how we go. So the first one, this lump sells drugs on the streets of the sea. This lump sells drugs on the streets of the sea. And I'll be honest with you, I would never have got this in my life.
Oh.
Tamuri Ketchbuyer.
Holy shit, Crystal's got it.
How the fuck did you get that?
This lump, tumour. And I just thought, first player that sounded like tumour.
Wow, man. That, honestly, I did not think you would have got that.
And then sells drugs, Ketchbuyer.
And Baia is apparently like a seaside town in Italy or something like that.
I actually just thought Ketchbuyer, as in
to be fair, drugs. Well played.
Mate, that's well played. I can't compete with that. What are you gonna do?
That's a good fucking riddle as well.
That is a good one.
I had to laugh actually because Grado had sent me the screenshot of the messages, and the boy had sent them. Grado obviously never cropped the last message you sent to the boy, and he went, "Nah, mate, shite." I was like, that is fucking.
Did they tell you who it was that sent it in? We need to give the guy his props for sending that in.
Let me see it. Well, that guy's actually. I'll tell you in a second because the guy has sent in both of these.
All right, okay.
Both of them. Oh. So I'll tell you in a wee second. Second riddle: the cold-hearted man just needs a single god. The cold-hearted man just needs a single god.
Cold-hearted man.
This cold-hearted man just needs a single god.
Oh, this is a hard one.
Gabriel Jesus?
Nope. He's given an explanation for this one, which doesn't help at all because I'm like, this still is fucking.
This cold-hearted man. Say it again, Ryan.
This cold-hearted man just needs a single god.
I can't think. Any ideas, Stevie? Do I get Nicola in? See if she's got any idea.
Nicola! Yeah.
She's a nurse, she'll know what a cold-hearted man is.
This cold-hearted man just needs a single god. There's that wee spider up there. That was on the window this year.
Right, focus.
This is some good podcast material.
This cold-hearted man just needs a single god. Because remember you've got two? Yeah. What? I'm not. Shit, I went. Remember you've got two, Shred.
She get the same as me, so.
You get the same as Ryan?
This cold-hearted man.
I think we need
I think we're going to defer.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a clue.
So think of freeze as the word that he's put in. So cold, freeze, something freeze.
Fabian de Vries.
Nope. No, sorry, this is for the first name.
No,
so think of like kind of freeze for that.
They're all there anyway. Aye. Nobody can see you, no, it's me.
Freezer.
There's two spiders, look.
It's to do with think old DC comics.
Oh,
Victor Freeze. Right, so it's Dr. Freeze, Mr. Freeze, Army.
Yep. You got it, man. You got the first one.
Victor Wanyama.
Victor Wanyama. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm fucking sitting looking at spiders, man.
So the reasoning for this one is sent in by Sean Innes, so well played, Sean. Yama is the god of death.
Yep.
So it just needs one.
Yama is the god of death.
Yama's the god of
Wanyama. Victor Wanyama.
That's too far out.
I know, man. I've given him the props for Tamuri Kitspire, but
Aye.
that one's a bit.
But who was it? Right.
That was for Sean Innes sent that one in. So well played,
Sean, man. You put a lot of thought into it, man.
Aye,
Oh,
and we promise we'll make Grado not tell you the shite ever again if you send in more.
Aye, definitely.
Right, last one. Maybe
Okay.
this might have been done before. We'll see. We'll see if we get it right away. Condom money.
Johnny Dosh.
Johnny
Dosh? No, not
Johnny
Dosh.
Cash, I said.
Aye, Johnny
Johnny
Cash is.
Oh,
Johnny Cash?
I can't believe I've said Johnny Dosh, man.
I can't believe you said Johnny Dosh and never realised like Johnny Cash off the back.
No, because I thought it was about football, for fuck's sake.
Nah, you know what?
Come on, man, I need the
He
points,
mixes
man.
them up. Aye, Stevie
That's
can get a point.
That's me a point.
That's your point behind John, in fact, because it's not been updated. So that's me on 46. I tell you what, I'm going to retire at 50.
And we can start calling it tolls free riddles.
Aye, don't fuck's sake.
Grado can start for 0.
Aye.
Transfer my credits.
We'll get one now for the listeners for next week. Remember, don't jump in on this one if you know it.
Okay.
Right? Okay.
Okay, I do it all the time, sorry.
I don't want to freak out like John does every week. Right. Enhance your speaking volume on the bevy with this small mammal. Enhance your speaking volume on the bevy with this small mammal. Hit a theme tune.
Shout swallowing dog. All right, it's Manscaped, everybody. Sweaty sack summer is approaching, and it's time for you to prioritise the comfort of your balls. That's why the Kings of Crotch Comfort Manscaped have spent 2 years designing the most comfortable boxer briefs out there. I've had the honour of testing out these new boxers, and I can tell you, remember how I used to go on about the first set of boxers?
They've went up a game, they've went up a level here.
I was not aware that you could get comfier than the other ones, but these ones are even better. I can say it's the softest fabric of any set of boxers that I've ever wore, and it's so breathable, like it's like a set of gills for your nuts. Not even going to lie. So they even trademarked the dual pouch technology so that you know it's serious. A pouch designed to cradle your swingers in their own special space. It's lined with perforated performance fabric to keep them well ventilated. So it gives you a whole new it gives a whole new meaning to teabag. Do you know what I mean? It's literally like your nuts are in a tea bag. So there we go. So just imagine your balls sipping pina coladas, chilling in a hammock. Chilling on a hammock, eating Ferment magazine, reading Ferment magazine. Right. So just imagine your boys chilling in a hammock in some tropical beach. Like I've said before, lads, these boxers are ridiculous. They really are. They're comfy.
I was one night got to bed and I got up and I changed and I put them on. And I didn't realise I forgot I had the new pair and I put them on. I was like, oh my, the noises I was making. I was like, oh my God.
Nicola, what have you done? What have you done to the have you changed the washing powder? Jesus Christ, then. This is amazing.
It's the best Davina McCalls I've ever felt.
So I'm telling you this just now, you can get 20% off and free shipping with the code DAFT at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code DAFT at manscaped.com. Once the box .cotton. Manscaped.cotton. Imagine a manscaped.cotton. That's something you really don't want to. That's something you really don't want to think about, innit? So it's the code is daft at manscaped.com. Once the boxer's 2.0 touch your sack, you'll never go back.
It's time for the Football Daft moment of the week, and the results are in from last week. In last place, it was John's suggestion. By the way, they were very, very close this week. John's prediction of Jamie Carragher versus Liam Gallagher on Twitter, which was great. I get 23% of the votes. Aye, close.
And it was in last place?
Yep.
In third place, it was Grado's selection of the OAP pitch invader at the Man City game. The guy that took his old dad with dementia on the pitch. Brilliant video. But that got third place with 24% of the vote. In second place, with 26%, it was the listener suggestion of at my shell suit Bobby. I don't know the background story of that one, Stevie, but there was something apparently on that somebody seen which basically said no peeking at my shell suit Bobby for some sort of fucking.
Did John no send you this, Stevie?
I've got no idea what you thought about it, no.
Right, so there's a thing with it was something to do with nudists or something like that, wasn't it?
Aye, something like
in
that.
Glasgow. There's loads of folk are shagging outside now. Apparently that's a thing, right? Loads of folk are shagging outside now. And it was a picture of a couple getting a wee bit steamy. And they had superimposed above it a picture of you. This was in the Daily Record, mate.
Fuck's sake.
Right. And it says, no peeking at my shell suit Bobby.
That's great cover, actually. That's pretty good. That's good. I like that.
So that got 26% of the vote. So winning it with 27. Think of these percentages. 20,
That's
23,
going to be the
24,
closest moment of the week ever.
27% is Crystal's suggestion. The special one reigns again.
Come on.
Yes.
Go on yourself, Jose.
Jose Mourinho. I thought you didn't like Jose, but I thought
he is a genio. Listen, I like who the fuck I want to like. All right, yeah. I'm actually beating my own drum, Stevie.
Quite right, mate.
I'm a shepherd. I am not a sheep.
Yes.
So, I've always kind of liked Jose Mourinho, to be honest with you.
I love Jose, man. I love him.
Don't get me wrong. I still wanted to curb stamp him for what he done to us in fucking Seville, but he's a character, and football's not got a lot of them anymore. So it's good to see him back on top.
100%.
Right. So, Chris, that means that you get first choice this weekend.
Right. So football's done. Moment of the week. Celtic haven't signed them. I'm not allowed to talk about Celtic anyway. Scotland get fucked half of Ukraine. Real Madrid won the European Cup. It's not been a great week football-wise for me. So I'm going to go with my dinner for last night. I made myself a wee tomato ragu, Stevie. You'll appreciate that. Yeah. Made myself, got the old chopped tomatoes, ingredients in the fucking blender.
Is that the scene for Goodfellas, man?
It's it was an ode to Ray Liotta. But it totally went off at a tangent once I'd finished with the tomato sauce, right? We'll find out, right? So what I've done is I've went down into Marks and Spencer's, I've got all the ingredients and I've made doner meat.
Oh! Right?
And I've got brioche rolls. I've made like an upmarket kebab for scratch. So, do you know what? I've still got some of the meat in there. The next, when I reheat it and stuff like that, I'll send you a wee photo. What I've done is brioche rolls, kebab sauce, wee bit of cheese, not kebab sauce, my Italian kind of sauce kind of thing. Wee bit of cheese, wee bit of salad.
So it's like a Bollywood mafia movie.
It's like exactly, Stevie. It's like, do you know what it is? It's like what do they call it again? When you mix all the cuisines together, it's got a word. What is it again? Fucking hell! I can't remember. It doesn't matter anyway. Basically, it's like a hybrid. It's like a hybrid between. It sort of was a wee bit spaghetti and meatballs, but it was a wee bit doner kebab as well. And do you know what? It looked the part. It looked beautiful, and it tasted like you wouldn't believe.
There you go.
Maron, I say Maron.
Maron.
I'll tell you what we'll do, ladies and gentlemen. If you vote me, you win it. I'll publish the fucking recipe, and you can get a bash yourself.
There you go. Be a bit of bribery. Can be a bit of bribery in Football Daft. Right, okay. That's probably the most passionate I've ever seen Chris give an answer for this section.
Aye.
Beautiful, man.
Ever.
I want to eat that again right now. I'm not going to.
I want some, mate, to be fair. So next time I see you, I want a whole. Mate, all right, cheers. Stevie, what about you? What's your moment of the week?
Hala Madrid.
Pure and simple.
Just Madrid doing what they do. Just
Madrid doing Madrid things.
Aye, exactly. Just winning Champions Leagues again. Just against all odds. Not fashionable. Everybody's going about PSG, Man City, Liverpool, Modric and Casemiro and fucking Toni Kroos all that out of the way.
So what you're saying is they're the Phil Collins of the football world. Against all odds, how can I just let you walk away? All that I can do is watch you leave. Sorry, I'm away. As we share the laughter
never apologise when you sing, Tom, man. I'll love to hear those dulcet tones.
Gorgeous.
You're the only one who ever knew me at all.
I could actually see Toni Kroos and Modric in the shower singing that after the fucking game.
With their arms with each other. Take a look at me now. That was my Toni Kroos impression. He's a stereotypical Bond villain German. There you go.
Oh,
wow, man.
Is he taking over for everybody?
He's learned for the best. Oliver Kahn's got an earpiece in his ear, speeding him through the lines. Just let you leave without a trace.
Oh, wow. That's taking a bit of a turn now. But we'll get it.
Just as well as it's called Football Daft, eh?
Aye.
Right, so we don't have one from the listeners this week because I don't know, John's been setting them and he's off gallivanting, so I don't have one from the listeners, but I'm going to put one forward for myself. Chris has picked his dinner. I'm going to pick my night out last night. So I was at the Scotland game. As I said to you, my mate got me in hospitality through his charity. Does a lot of good work, so I'm in there. Hospitality.
A lot of good work for charity.
Exactly. So, and I'm standing there and I'm thinking I'll go for a wee wander around the museum bit in Hampden. So I'm looking at all these bits and going in a circle, and I come back and there's like all terrace and seats there with a telly in front of them. And I've turned round and who's sitting there right in front of me? Andrei Shevchenko.
Oh,
sitting in front of me.
One of AC Milan's finest.
I absolutely I shit myself because I'm like, play it cool, and I was like,
surprised you never fucking went up and fucking took his shoes off and started sucking his toes.
I know.
If fucking Neil Lennon's in to go by.
Absolutely fucking winching Lennon's phone. You better have at least fucking gave Shevchenko a reach around there.
Aye, Stevie. I reach around indicates the fact that Ryan's getting him one for the back. Do you know what I mean?
Probably wouldn't be the case, would it? Fucking big Shevchenko. So that's my moment in the week, meeting Shevchenko, because I spoke to him for about 10 seconds, just congratulated him on the victory and said, hope you enjoy your time in Glasgow. He's thank you very much. And then he went away. He didn't want a photo though. He wanted to be left alone, which is why he was hiding in the Hampden Museum. But
probably a really emotional time for them, you know.
Of course, man, of course.
He was getting. I think somebody said he went to the toilet when he was in the kind of normal hospitality bit, and he was getting absolutely hounded with folk that were seeing him. So he came back.
See, if I was in the same round as Andrei Shevchenko, he wouldn't have got away from me. For the full 90. I remember that time he scored that goal. Man, like, what were you thinking signing for Chelsea? What's that all about? What you all about, man?
That's when it went wrong for him, man.
Aye, it was like Baggio's penalty.
It was. Definitely.
That was the Baggio's penalty of Shevchenko's career.
It was. Signing for Chelsea, it was. Definitely.
So there we go. That's our picks for Football Daft Moment of the Week. Crystal.
Kebab.
Stephen Purdon.
Mighty Madrid.
And I can't really go for Shevchenko reach around, can I? Just go meeting Shevchenko. So get voting. There's only 3 of them. Get voting on Football Daft Pod on Twitter.
That was just under 2 hours. That's no bad. That was
definitely daft this week, wasn't it?
It was. But it's a close season, isn't it?
Aye, lack of football, more daft.
What are we meant to do? Do you know what I mean? What are we actually meant to do when there's no football? All we can do is fill it with nonsense. And do you know what? That's the best bit of this show anyway. You can listen to any show and listen about football and, actually, if you look at his tactics, well, I think he's got it wrong there, you know. Shut up.
Just talk about getting Shevchenko a reacher in there.
Exactly. And fucking ramen
kebabs.
Ramen lamb mince into a empty aluminium tin. That's a little insight into the recipe.
The recipe. If you want to hear more, vote for Toll.
Exactly.
No, boys, it's good to be back. Enjoyed it. I've missed you the last couple of weeks. Wish I was still in Greece right enough, but it's good to be back.
Well,
what part of Greece were you in again?
Roads.
Where we're going, we don't need roads. That's a little insight into the Great Scott Cinema Club podcast, brought to you by Crystal and Keezy.
Did we just end it there? Did we just end it with that?
I like that.
Audio Frontier.